The Moro Wars, the first four stage onslaughts, incursions, expeditions, battles, all the violence and bloodshed for territory in Spanish territories and the Muslim lands were eventually called the Mota Juris by the historians that their model was used to refer to anyone who is inhabiting the island of Mindanao Sulu and Palawan who all belong to the Islamic faith. The Spanish moral conflict was just the beginning of the series of wars that lasted for centuries.
Spain initiated the conflict when they invaded the Moro territories. Their effort to subjugate the Moro to their rule started in as early as 1500s, when the goal of spreading Christianity among all of the Filipinos. For the Morals, they have always been free and self-governing. This is why the moral resistance against the Spaniards lasted for over 300 years.
Stage 4, Four Dwarfs. The phase started when the Spaniards built a port in Zamboanga. The war in this stage was mainly focused between the Moros and the Spaniards to see who gets control over the whole island of Mindanao. The Spaniards really aimed to subdue the Sulu capital and sultanate in Mindanao. The Spaniards conquered Luneta and they were able to reach Sulu and lay siege, and the kota of the Sultan, many Spaniards and Moros died in.
And Sultan Salusa rendered true to their forces. Later on, the Spaniard planned to pacify Hawaiian, but they had a hard time to defeating them. The Spaniard made a steady plan for their final conquest, to conquer the whole Mindanao. However, it did not push them through Joga. The Chinese and Dutch treaty was signed by the Spaniard to leave the Mindanao area. This space ended with Moros as victor.
There was a certain winner in each phase except for the third man. Both had losses, however, of the first four stages of the Moro Wars were to be looked at as a bigger picture. It ended with a draw. Here's why in the first stage the Spaniard won. In the second stage, the Moros triumphed. In the third stage, it was a draw, and lastly, the Moro won, through the help of the Chinese and Dutch. When inland, the Moro won is they had numbers and knowledge of the land, while when at sea, the Spaniards won is they had formidable war vessel and forces. Both had losses and advantages. At some point, that one outcome of the Moro Wars collectively is a drop.